Welcome back, everybody, to House of Cards. We are on episode number 45. Wow, it's going by. It's going by quick. And every week, it feels like another couple of videos pop out. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you should, because you're going to get access to all these awesome videos and get notified if you click the bell when I drop a new one. Also, if you enjoy the video, go ahead and watch a little bit first. But if you feel you got some from this, go ahead and hit the like button. That'd be awesome. Continue to help grow the channel and share the video with more people. All right, we are back again with another Monday mailbag. Yes, indeed. Mondays are the day that I recap the previous week's mail days, all squished together into one nice, neat, tidy video for you here. This week is interesting. I did get a little repetitive on some of the stuff that came in. However, there are definitely things here that I haven't spoke about before. So a little preview of a certain set too that I'm going to be doing a independent video about here in the near future under my Check Out This Set series that I have started. So without further ado, go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay. All right, here we go. Another UFC card. This is, however, the gold. So this is the one of the parallels. There's three. There's the gold, which is a thicker card, similar to kind of like Bowman football gold that they did. So you can see the gold here is on the thicker. See how thick that is? I don't know how many points that is, but it's not the regular 30 point. So it's rare, it's definitely a harder to pull parallel. But there's also a silver, which is numbered to 288, I believe. And then there's, I think they call it the ruby or something. That's the 1 of 1, so not very common. But golds are very sought after right now. These have been going for pretty high dollar amounts. I saw a auction in last night that had, I think, 4 or 5 of the more chase cards in it that were all golds. And I think the GSP, the George St. Pierre, went for $450 raw. Then there was like a Randy Couture, I think, went for like a couple $100s, and a few other ones. The Hoist Gracie, I think, went for over $250. But anyways, yeah, the golds are pretty hard to find, so I was lucky to get this Nate Diaz for the price I did. But and it's in great shape too. Usually these are just beat to hell because of their thickness and the chipping on these cards, and just naturally. But this one looks pretty clean, so good to have that. Okay. Got in here besides my address everywhere. There we go. All right, cool. So this is a nice KDB, or Kevin De Bruyne. And I've heard it say it a few ways, but Kevin De Bruyne. Anyways, this is his this is the 16, 17 select. This is the red parallel. So this has a serial number out of 199 down there. But I don't know, I've always liked KDB. I picked up his cards last year, assuming that there was going to be a good future with him, and I still think he's probably pretty, I guess you would say he's not flying under the radar. He's obviously one of the more, I guess you say looked at young players right now. But I think overall, when you take him and you put him next to, Fati Mbappe and Haaland and, you know, all of these other kind of like big names right now. He's definitely kind of the lower tier, which makes his prices obviously a lot more affordable. So I saw this and it was going for a pretty fair price, so I decided to grab it. I do already have this card in a silver, but I wanted to get a numbered card as well. So I don't know, we're kind of looking at him. He's an interesting play right now. I also like the color match here on the jersey that has the red in it, the stripe there. So I thought it was a nice looking card, and the gold kind of goes with the gold and the black with the black. So I think overall the card just looks really pretty. So it's a nice card. I think I'm gonna hold on to this one, get it slabbed up, and you know, see where it goes. So nice KDB here. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with the old purple, the Barney bag. I'm gonna keep this and reuse this so someone else can enjoy the Barney bag. Oh, look at that, it's pink and purple. It's like Easter. All right. I'm gonna keep the pink one too. I am going to make someone's day. Send them a pink bubble mailer. All right. Okay. This is a nice 1992 Topps gold parallel Michael Jordan card. Got a couple of these in before. Free top loaders. And yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If they're not packed fresh, you know, and again, who knows if they are or not. People always say that, but you just never know. It could have been packed fresh, you know, 30 years ago. But it's a hard card to get a clean copy of. And that's why they're going for a pretty penny, just because it's, you know, it's just one of those things. Yeah, this one already I can tell has a bad corner. So that's unfortunate, but the rest of it looks pretty good. So one dinged corner. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not going to be a grade-worthy candidate, but it's still a nice copy as far as the centering goes. And that's, you know, the kind of the only thing you can really go off of is centering. And other than that, you're just kind of, you know, at the mercy of a you know, 30-year-old card that is, whether or not somebody wants to admit or not, it's probably 9 out of 10 times you're grabbing these off eBay. They're not going to be a gem mint for sure. Lucky if you get a 9. I've only had one copy so far that I think maybe I gotten a 9 on, but the others have definitely been, you know, pretty low grades, like 7 or 8s. So again, it's hard because, you know, people don't always tell you that there's a corner ding or there's a, you know, nick on the edge or whatever. It's just kind of, yeah, do your best to look at photos. But when you have like a white border like this, it's really hard to pick up on, you know, like edge and corner damage. It's a lot easier like on dark edge cards, just because you can really see it. But, you know, if you lay this down flat and you just take a picture of it straight down, it's like you can't see those things 90% of the time. So it's just crapshoot a little bit. So I mean, these things are starting to get pretty expensive, so hopefully I can finally get one that's in good shape. But I've been keeping my eye out. We'll see, maybe one day. Okay, I think these next two are going to be kind of a fun new thing that I'm a new sort of set that I've been just kind of messing around with. Again, something kind of cheap, nothing crazy. I always loved these cards. I just never realized that they're actually fetching a decent penny. And actually, I don't know if this is it. I don't even know what this is. I thought this was what I was just talking about, but they're in a bunch of. Oh yeah. Okay, this is one of the. Okay, gotcha. I'm so confused. Anyways, so this is just a small kind of set that I got off eBay that looked pretty decent in the photos. So this is the 91 Fleer Pro Vision. So this is the first year they did the Pro Vision, and the Pro Vision is basically just, you know, some of the top talent during the time. You know, you have your big names in here, as you'll see as we'll pan through these. They do like a little short, like 6 card set, or, you know, what have you. I think it's 6, right? Yeah. And they, it's really cool because this is these kind of cool artist renditions of each player where they kind of, I don't know how they pick the background or the whatever, but they just kind of give it a little bit of an interesting twist. But you can see it's a pretty clean copy here. You know, you want to look at your centering. That's pretty much the main thing, and then of course corners and edges. But centering is the hard part. But nice David Robinson. And then this one's the chase card. Obviously, this is Michael Jordan, and this one, when I was looking at the pictures, this one looked really clean. Looked nicely centered, which still looks pretty good. I would say it's definitely within the 55-45 sort of tolerance. So I think this might have a great chance. I'll have to, of course, you know, pull it out and look at it. But again, this is the one that you really want to focus on because this really is the only one that holds any like kind of significant value, whereas the other ones are, you know, pretty dollar card sort of vibes. But I honestly think these have a future, and I'm gonna kind of probably do a video on this set for one of the future videos if I haven't by the time you've seen this video and done it already. But I want to focus on the Pro set because Pro Vision, because I do think that, you know, there's a cool sort of history of these cards, and it kind of led to some other cards that we are now familiar with. But anyways, Michael's obviously flying through space with his jetpack legs and getting ready to dunk on someone, so there's that. Then you got Barkley. I don't really know what Barkley's doing. I don't understand what that background is specifically, but okay. And then of course you got Ewing there in New York, New York. So he's just chilling, hanging out, enjoying a nice New York sunset. Malone is, the ball's blasting through a glass sky. Don't really know what that implies, but okay. And then Magic is just hanging out in front of I don't know, a fence or a court that's falling apart or something. I don't know. Anyways, you can see on the back there's a nice like story and so on. But anyways, kind of weird cards, but the artwork is really cool as far as, you know, how the players look. I think it's interesting. And then, you know, the backs are all color coordinated. Now these cards came out like probably some of the worst like cut cards of all time, and in my video I'll show that. But I mean, it's so bad. Like some of the cards were cut so poorly that like literally you can see the color bar, which is like what printers use to make sure the colors are right, like on the edges of the cards. Like they just totally like didn't even trim it off. They just left it there. Like I was like, wow. All right, well, this is, you know, primetime junk wax era, 91, 92. So, I mean, you got to expect that there wasn't super high quality control with how many cards that they were, you know, pumping out during that time. So, you know, and that's, you know, the catch-22 is that is why these cards are now valuable, is because it is hard to find them in high grade because of the fact that they were so poorly, you know, quality controlled. It's just one of those weird things where, you know, the pop counts are now sort of the factor in why it, you know, has a high value. You know, same thing goes for the Griffey, the 89 Griffey Upper Deck, right? There's millions of those cards were made, right? But the 10s are fetching thousands of dollars because it is so darn hard to get a 10, just because they made so many of those cards and, you know, mass produced them and rushed them out that, you know, getting one perfect is pretty tough. So all right, so here's another order. This one is from good old Burbank Cards, Ryan and the Card Father. So I got a little squirrely with this one because just like on those, I was very excited to get some of these, and they were so cheap. I think they were, I'll have to get the actual, let's see how much I paid for each one of these. 54 cents. So I got 50 cards here, 2 different ones. So this is shocker, but it is the Pro set also. But these were the 2 from this is the third year of it. This is 93, 94. And my strategy here was, hey, look, I'm going to spend 25 cards at 54 cents each, equaled, let me see, my grand total, $13.50. $13.50, $13.50. So I spent $13 to hopefully get a couple that were grade worthy out of these stacks. So my goal is I'm going to go through these, and then I'm going to just, obviously pull out the ones that I think are candidates. Now, I never would have thought these cards were worth much until I started looking into them. And again, it has that sort of junk wax era effect of it being so hard to get these in a clean copy that it's almost like, it just, the multiplier is so much higher on a 10 in this than it is, say, like in a modern or ultra modern Prism card where you get like a 50 to 60% gem rate. When you're talking about cards like from this era, like specifically, the Fleers and the kind of, cheaper sort of made cards, I mean, you're probably under 10% gem rate. So 1 out of every 10 cards, possibly, of course, could be a 10. So, I grabbed 25 of each. So if I pull 2 out of each of these stacks, that would be within sort of that tolerance of how many I could potentially get in a 10. And there you go. Maybe I'll get lucky and get 2 from each of the stacks. But the interesting part is, if you look, which I'll pop up on the screen, how much these are selling for in a Gem Mint 10, you'll understand why I think it's worth the risk, because if I can get it, and it makes some pretty solid money on these. But anyways, again, low risk, high reward. But I mean, how cool is that card? I mean, look at that, Hakeem Olajuwon just chilling in Africa with some tigers and elephants behind him. I mean, it's pretty cool stuff. I mean, just really interesting history. Got a nice little story on the back there talking about Hakeem. And then, of course, me being from Seattle, we love some Sean Kemp out here. And look at that. And he's just like, I don't know, in the universe blasting around. Just cool card. Really cool. So anyways, I got some work to do to go through all these and just see which ones might actually make sense. But anyways, at any rate, at 54 cents a card, I think it's worth it. And even if I, and here's the thing, and if I don't keep them, or if most of them end up being not worth it, I'll, the ones that are probably like, 9s or 8s or whatever, I'll just throw them up on ComC for, 50 cents to $1 and, make my money back. So there you go. All right, let's open this big guy here. Not really sure what would need to be sent in something this large, but it's all good. Just couldn't have combined these into the one. Well, it's a good opportunity for me to get some new bubble mailers. All right, I'll just open them both and then see what's in the little paper packet. Yeah, it seems really wasteful. Like you couldn't have stuck both of these inside of one and then just mailed this instead of sticking it inside of a flat rate thing. I don't know. Oh, to each their own. All right, here's the first one. All right, these are more Topps UFC. Round 1, first year Topps UFC cards. One very special one. So we'll start with this one. I love the saran wrap. I don't know what, I guess that's how they keep the card from coming out of the top loader. It's like it takes the place of a team bag. Alright. So a nice Randy Couture. I've gotten one of these cards and honestly it wasn't really in great shape, so I'm glad I got another one. And again, they're fairly cheap, so good to have a nice clean copy of that. And then this one is pretty much the chase card in the set, minus, you know, obviously like high end, you know, the higher end player like autos and stuff, obviously. But as far as the base cards go, this one has been carrying the most value, which you guys should recognize this fella if you are up on things. What's cool about this set was that it gave cards to the announcers, it gave cards to the refs, it gave cards to the ring girls. Like, I mean, they literally got, I mean, Dana White has a card. Like, I mean, it literally had like the whole like ecosystem, except for maybe like the, you know, the sound and light guys, but pretty much everyone else got a card, it looked like. All right, very nice, clean looking copy. Again, who knows until I look at it closer, but Joe Rogan. So this one is probably the most valuable base card in the whole set, minus George St. Pierre or GSP probably is the most valuable fighter, but this one is the most valuable card just because obviously Joe Rogan's, you know, more or less a household name at this point, and this is his only, or not only, sorry, he has other cards, but this is his first card as far as I know. So anyways, kind of a cool card, just kind of captures him doing his, you know, commentator, interviewer duties, but yeah, interesting to see something like this. You never know, you know, Joe Rogan's career is pretty big, and you know, kind of like how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you know, his college, you know, kind of weird, you know, one-off perforated football card, you know, even though he doesn't play football on a professional level or anything, ended up becoming a huge card. I think it was like 40,000 or something in a PSA 10. Anyways, you know, kind of, it's like, it'd be interesting to see if Joe Rogan has something similar happen to him, seen as, you know, he's now kind of eclipsed the original world that he was in, which was, you know, just doing some basic, like, you know, commentator stuff and what have you. So anyways, cool card to have. Joe Rogan, Topps UFC. All right. Do not bend. I won't, but I will cut. I was at a mail sorting facility one time because, I don't know, one of my packages ended up getting lost or something, so I had to go down to their sorting facility to find it. And it's a crazy system they have there where, you know, they have like these scanners that are just like up in the ceiling that just kind of, you just kind of hold the box or whatever just like right there at, like, you know, waist level, and from like 20 feet up in the ceiling the scanner will scan the barcode on it, and you know how you, when you track your packages, it kind of gives you updates, you know, kind of where it's at. So anyways, it was, you know, pretty much that was the functionality of it, but it was pretty wild that they could just like hold it and just like wave it around, and it's like 20 feet up in the air and it was scanning it. But the other thing that was scary was that they were just like chucking the boxes and packages from like bin to bin. Like there was no fragile warnings, yeah, or no one give a crap about fragile warnings on anything. They were just hucking these things around. I was like, oh my god. I was like, so make sure when you guys package stuff, especially if you got stuff going to like PSA, or you got, you know, valuable cards, you know, that are getting transported for grading or whatever it may be, or you sold them or whatever, so make sure you package them well, with the assumption that some dude is probably going to throw it 20 feet into a bin. just fair warning. I watched it with my own two eyes and I was horrified. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what if I just had like a box of loose cards and they did that? It would just get trashed. Anyways, all right, so another Michael Jordan Pro Vision. This is Fleer 1991. This is pretty much the chase card in the set, so there's 6 cards total, and this one is the one. But hard to get in a good grade. So centering is obviously the thing you look for first, and then it goes downhill from there, which is surface and corners and all that good stuff. So I'll take a look at this. I don't really have super high expectations for these. You know, if I end up getting 1 or 2 that are 10s at one point, that'd be amazing. I'm fine with 9s. I think they still have value as far as, you know, spending the $20-25 to grade them. You can get them back. I think I saw them going, the 9s were going for like around $90, so that's not bad, but the 10s are going for like $300 to $400, so definitely would love to have 10s. But this one, I don't know, just kind of, you know, you get those vibes when you first get a card and you're just like, I don't think this card's gonna be very like solid, but anyways, we'll see. I don't want to judge it beforehand, but this is a very cool set, and I am gonna drop in a video on this. So if I haven't already, you know, if this ends up coming out after that video, then you should check it out. And if I did already, you should check it out. Either way, it's a cool set. It spans all sports too, which is cool. So I'll be spending a little bit of time talking about this on a separate video. But nice 91 Fleer Michael Jordan Pro Visions, blasting off into outer space as all basketball players do. All right, let's start with this one. Side and this side and this side. See if that works. Oh, he's got it in there. Wow. This. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot going on here. Trying to get this. Extraction. There we go. All right, got another one of these. Michael Jordan 92 Topps, gold foiling on it there. So again, like I said in other videos, this is the first year Jordan had a Topps card. So, you know, pretty historic in that sense. I think adds definitely some collectability to it. So yeah, these, I mean, they're fairly easy to get. You can find them on eBay pretty easily, but they range in price, you know, from $50 all the way up to like $100. Just depends. Obviously, centering is the main thing people are looking for. It's a pretty easy card to eyeball, so just make sure you're shopping for centered versions, and then of course, you know, look at the rest of the condition as best as possible. But hopefully this one's in good shape, because I want to continue to get those graded. I think there's gonna be some good value in the future. All right, here is the next one. Gosh, it's almost like identical to the last one. same color bubble mailers, same cardboard, same packing tape situation. Interesting. What are the odds? All right, so continuing my theme, UFC Series 1 Topps, Round 1 Topps 2009, first set of UFC cards. This is Quentin Rampage Jackson. This is his gold parallel. So again, the golds are thicker than the standard cards. They're not numbered, only the silvers have numbers. Oh, and the like one of ones have numbers, but the gold is you know, pretty rare in a sense that I think you got like 20 parallels per box, and I think, you know, that's a mix between gold, silver, and whatever else. So yeah, anyways, you'll see the gold here again, thick. So nice thick card. Chips easy, so you just got to be careful. But, you know, I'm just trying to grab these as they pop up, the ones that are in, you know, decent shape and for a decent price. So yeah, gonna add this to the collection. All right, well, there you have it. Another week's worth of pickups, all kinds of stuff, low end, high end, everything in between. I definitely keep it varied for you. Definitely don't get you stuck on boring modern basketball or anything like that. We try to keep it moving and bring some interesting new takes to the viewers here. So again, if you have already, I appreciate your subscription. You are awesome. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, doesn't take anything away from you. Just helps grow the channel and brings a smile to my face. So subscribe, like, do all the things, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.